What is going on, guys? It is your boy Garage Gaming here, and today we are looking at the F-100D Super Sabre. This thing, in my opinion, looks absolutely awesome, and this will be the first American Rank 6 jet, the first supersonic and missile-armed jet that the US Air Force will get. So I'm really looking forward to this thing. I have a series Sabre myself, so I'll probably be looking at getting a Super Sabre to continue the line. So let's get right into the devlog, guys. So this is the F-100D Super Sabre, the new era. The American F-100D Super Sabre supersonic turbojet fighter was developed as a fighter bomber, so in addition to breathtaking speeds, it also features a rich assortment of suspended weaponry. It's arguably the best American aircraft in the game. In short, it's an American supersonic fighter developed for assaults and bombing strikes against ground targets. It features unsurpassed speed, 20mm guns with high rates of fire, and a massive arsenal of guided and unguided weapons. So, this aircraft was actually manufactured by the North American company, I'm pretty sure. Same people who make the P-51 Mustang. In War Thunder, the F-100D Super Sabre will be the first supersonic fighter of Rank 6 in the American Air Force research tree. Its very high speed when flying horizontally and excellent climb rate by no means suggests that the F-100D can fly only straight, however. Its enhanced controls and increased fin area make this aircraft quite obedient and pleasant to fly. The fantastic flying ability of this top aircraft is supported by excellent weaponry. 4 high-speed 20mm M39A1s with 200 rounds per gun are installed in the Super Sabre's nose section. This is an upgraded version of the FMC T-160, a gun that you should be familiar with in War Thunder pilots from the F-86 F2. Well, I'm not personally familiar with it at all, but yes. Its excellent accuracy, low recoil, and extremely high rate of fire make this the best aircraft gun in its class. Just keep an eye out on your remaining ammo. Excuse me. The F-100's suspended armament is another story. In-game, we've selected 10 loadouts made up of 500, 750, and 1,000-pound high-explosive bombs, unguided Hydra 70 rockets, guided AGM-12 bullpup missiles, and something entirely new in the game, guided air-to-air missiles, AIM-9 Sidewinders. It's interesting. I would have thought they would have gone for Sparrows. Anyway, these infrared guided missiles will follow the target's thermal signature, which allows pilots to engage and destroy any airborne targets that produces enough heat in flight to be targeted. In practice, this means that War Thunder pilots can target any aircraft, helicopter with a turbojet engine, or any piston engine model with a Sidewinder and be pretty confident about the results. The F-100 Sabre will be available to all War Thunder players at Rank 6 in the American Aircraft Research Tree as soon as our huge 1.85 supersonic update launches. Welcome to the supersonic era. So this is pretty cool in my opinion, because we're approaching an era that has, for a long time, the meta has remained the same. Once upon a time, the highest BR American tank, the highest American tank was like the M103 and the M48 Patton. And then there was the Sabre. Then came the M60. Then the M60A1. And then the MBT-70. And then we've got an Abrams. There has still always been a Sabre. So this to me is a really big hallmark, because they are finally breaking that stalemate at top tier where it's just guns only pre-1953 jets. Honestly, I've got very little experience. I've played like 9 matches in my Sabre, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this develops, because, you know, it's been a good run. These jets have been top dog for years now. Years. So, yeah, it's been a good run, but I think we're ready for change. I think we're ready for, you know, all of the different jets, because if they're going to be focusing on primarily ground attack and fighter aircraft, you know, the potential is there for... You want to look at the US side. We've got the Super Sabre, the F-94s, or whatever they're called. Could be a cool addition as well. We're looking at the Thunder Chief, the Crusader, even Phantoms later on, A4 Skyhawks, things like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Sorry about that, guys. With the Soviets, I mean, look, you've got plenty of choice. MiG-19s, Su-7s, the Fences, potentially MiG-21s if you really wanted to put that in there. Although that's a pretty high leap from what we're at now. You know, I think really at the moment we're just sort of dipping a toe into the proverbial pool of high tier aviation. So you know, we'll see what happens in that regard. One nation I'm really looking forward to actually is the British, even though I'm still only at the Griffin Spitfires with them at the moment. I'd be very interested in seeing if they added things like the Supermarine Scimitar. The Swift and the Scimitar already have models made up in the game. Plane I'd really like to see, on the other hand, is the Sea Vixen. The Sea Vixen is a very interesting aircraft because it's essentially a naval interceptor that was armed with missiles and guns on some variants, and it has an off-center cockpit off to the left of the center axis of the aircraft. Very interesting looking plane. I would love to see it in game. So yeah. As for the F-100D, look, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Super Sabre in game. Interestingly enough, Denmark, Turkey, and France of all countries actually used this aircraft at one point, also the Republic of China, so it would be interesting to see if they add a French variant or later on down the line. However, France, of course, have their own indigenous aircraft with the amazing... what is the damn name of the thing? You know, you've got the Mirage, the Attenyard, the Naval Strike Bomber... you've got the whole line of Dassault aircraft is just absolutely incredible. There's so much potential with these sort of 50s to 60s jets where they start looking at fighter bombers and things like that. So look, I'm really looking forward to it, and especially the implementation of missiles. But I think we should have that discussion another time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. It's been your boy Gary G Gaming, and I'll talk to you all next time.